So where is Melania? Well, we know she's selling meme coins, or I'm not sure if you can even calling them. We know she's selling a documentary of herself that no one wants to watch to Amazon for like $40 million. That we know her meme coin is absolutely tanking and it's lost over 83% of its value.
Picture this. Your husband is drowning in legal troubles, desperately needs public support, and what do? If you're Melania Trump, you launch a failing meme coin, skip White House appearances, and shop around a documentary about yourself. Since 2021, the former First Lady has been playing hide-and-seek with the public eye, choosing money-making ventures over standing by her man. Is this the ultimate silent revenge? Or just Melania being Melania?
But where is she? I mean, seriously, she did attend on Thursday a ceremony giving former First Lady, the late Barbara Bush, a stamp. We've known that and we've reported that before. You know, it's funny. In this article from the New York Times, they're like, sources charitably say she's been at the White House about 14 times. More on that in a little bit. But that was one of, I would say, maybe 4 or 5 times we've actually seen Melania.
Let's break down her mysterious absence and what it really means for Donald. Where on earth are you, Melania? No one is asking that question because we are all quite sure that we know the answer: to avoid Donald at all costs. After departing the White House in 2021, Melania perfected social distancing well before it became trendy. Let me clarify, it wasn't COVID. It was her own husband. The woman has taken on an ethereal quality after taco night, rivaling the specters that linger in the Mar-a-Lago facilities. For the most part, ex-First Ladies are devoted to their men like gum on a shoe. Hillary Clinton showed up to the impeachment hearings, even though she gave the impression that she wanted to physically restrain Bill Clinton. After George Bush left office, Laura Bush became an extension of his PR team. Michelle Obama has shown her unwavering support for Barack by often attending significant events. Yet Melania, she has decided to go with the tried and true went out for milk method and will never come back.
I think that probably means she's been there about 4 or 5 days. So, where is she physically? I think she's most frequently in New York.
The unveiling of this commemorative stamp honors Barbara Bush's contributions as First Lady and her enduring impact on our nation.
And then I think also she's at Mar-a-Lago, but she doesn't want to be anywhere near Donald unless she's making money and grifting, or unless she's making a public appearance, like when she was at Pope Francis's funeral.
You may remember the indictment against Trump that was filed in New York. Melania has vanished. When he was accused in Georgia, getting her nails done was perhaps Melania's plan. When did he stand trial for corporate fraud? Suddenly, she had an important situation that needed her immediate attention. When the jury decided he was convicted of all 34 counts, for future use, Melania was practicing her "I don't know him" expression. The pattern is so obvious that a kindergartner might use a shattered crayon to join the dots. After being swept away by the Trump train, Melania's ex-best friend, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, has spoken up. According to Melania, there is no such thing as random or accidental behavior. Considered meticulously, each move is planned out in advance, much like a chess player. Melania makes deliberate choices, Wolkoff said, implying that Melania knows exactly what message she's sending by vanishing as quickly as Trump's tax returns. Seeing Donald stand alone at gatherings is more disheartening than a wet MAGA hat.
Take a look at the official Melania meme coin, $Smelania. That's what they call it. You see what that looks like right there with the green going all the way up and then crashing? Then right here, it says, First Lady Melania Trump scores win for America's foster youth with $25 million investment. But there she is. The meme coin's absolutely an utter disaster. By the way, with Trump memes coin, I think there were like 50 wallets that made money and 776,000 that lost money.
While other men sit by their wives during donor dinners, the former head of state is seen awkwardly shifting his weight. At his birthday party, he blew out the candles with the same enthusiasm as someone signing an alimony agreement. At campaign events, he stands alone while the wives of other politicians cheer him on. It is almost the same as seeing a kid whose mom forgot to pick him up from soccer practice. This bizarre union was soon parodied even by the usually Trump-loving Russian media. One Russian magazine even went so far as to publish Melania's previous modeling photos, effectively stating, "Hey America, remember when your former president's wife posed like this?" instead of bragging about her career. It seems like things are getting worse. A marriage has hit rock bottom when it becomes a punchline in Vladimir Putin's propaganda machine. Melania vanishes every time Donald gets into legal trouble. Is it truly a coincidence? Does she just have a lot on her plate since leaving the White House, whether it's her interests or something else entirely? Is it just that she can't seem to fit in all of her husband's major life events? Indeed, I am able to offer you a stunning Brooklyn bridge for sale. The truth is obvious to everybody with eyes and even a small intellect. Melania Trump's absences are strategic, much like Trump's comb-over. Deliberately, she is distancing herself from Donald's growing legal troubles. In his absence, she constantly repeats, "Don't associate me with that mess." In politics, it's the same as saying, "I'm just here for the free food," when you're not interested in attending a party. Authors of memoirs on being there for their men during tough times, founders of libraries, and activists, former first ladies have a lot to offer. As an alternative, Melania is doing her best to stay away from any photos of herself with the man she may have married, who is a suspected criminal. The slowest breakup ever unfolds before Donald's eyes, as he is the last to comprehend what's going on. Melania has clearly made up her mind, and Donald deals with his legal problems with the poise of a little boy whose treat has been taken away. She's not standing by her lover's side, but rather as far apart as the universe will allow her to be. If actions speak louder than words, Melania is raising her voice and setting off pyrotechnics. Besides being there for her man, what else is Melania up to with her time? She is, in fact, only interested in the money. Donald is occupied with evading incarceration, while Melania is preoccupied with her unsuccessful attempts to produce income. Standing by her husband at political rallies or court appearances isn't wasting the time of the former First Lady. She is too busy building, or striving to build, her own financial empire to pay attention to anything else. Being wed to someone who claims to be a billionaire is apparently not enough anymore. A woman needs her own savings, especially if her husband is considering trading in his shiny toilet for a jail cell. The initial major financial decision made by Melania? Euro indication. Since nothing says classy former first lady, like a dollar sign next to your name, Melania is a cryptocurrency. Results were similar to Trump University. Her meme coin plummeted more precipitously than Donald's value, losing over 82% of its value after a flight of stairs. This is not a typo. 82% is gone. Poof. Like Trump's hairline in a strong breeze. Out of the 776,000 wallets that lost money, only 50 made a profit due to this disaster. So low are the odds that they would make a casino owner blush. There is more than just irony in Trump's makeup. Despite Donald's promise to run America like a business, Melania is handling her finances in the same disastrous manner that he ran the economy, very much like a married couple. Donald, on the other hand, frequently declares bankruptcy and moves on to the next scheme following a failure. That privilege is not afforded to Melania by virtue of her notoriety. The X model is not, however, betting the farm on the cryptocurrency market. Furthermore, it seems that she is peddling a self-documentary to Amazon for $1 million. No, this documentary has nothing to do with either My Amazing Husband or how I supported a political movement. Nah, Melania is where it's at. While Donald rambles on and on about election fraud to everyone who will listen, Melania is occupied with telling her narrative, which thankfully doesn't involve many details about him. If Alfred the Butler were the only subject of a Batman documentary, it would be like that. She continued by saying that she was committing $25 million to help foster children. It seems reasonable when put on paper, doesn't it? Visiting migrant children while dressed in a way that conveyed, "I really don't care, do you?" was an incredibly humanitarian deed. Worst of all, this publicity hoax occurred concurrently with real budget cuts of $26.7 billion to $33 billion for HUD, with $26 billion of those cuts coming from Section 8 housing. Assuming gratitude for your generosity after stealing $100 from a homeless person and giving them back $1 is the same as that. On the other hand, her Be Best ad looks more authentic than this PR hoax. It is Melania Trump's tendency to worry about herself. Is her hubby getting back into politics? He has legal problems, right? Whose birthday is it? She prioritizes the safety of her own bags above all else. She may have attended the commemorative stamp event for Barbara Bush for the sake of optics, but she will never be there for Donald when he needs someone to lean on emotionally. One would think that, after receiving the Einstein visa for her extraordinary abilities, she would also be exceedingly loyal. It seems otherwise, though. A woman creates a safety net for herself apart from her husband's fortune. She seemed to be preparing for something, maybe a future where Trump isn't as indispensable as he once was. A network of financial independence is spun out by every business venture she does, every public appearance she makes apart from Donald, and every million-dollar contract she signs independently. While the Trump spaceship is soaking up water, she is busy building her own escape pod. You can't fix Melania's Donald problem by never leaving his side. Even the divorce papers have not been filed yet. Instead, she has chosen to be financially independent. Once you've made enough money on your own, there's no need to act like you're holding his hand anymore. Probably the smartest move the Trumps have taken recently. It's icy and planned. For a couple who Republicans hold up as the model of traditional family values, their exhibition of it is peculiar. He is confronted with the prospect of going to prison while she tallies her finances and gets ready for a future where the Trump name might end up being more of a liability than an advantage. Is Melania's estrangement from Donald driven by anything deeper than a desire for financial gain? Nobody doubts that Donald's stock isn't as good as it used to be, and even greedy people have their limits. Melania's departure is a planned move for her own protection, and it's also difficult for Donald. She is building her own financial fortress while dodging his legal garbage fire. Stephanie Winston Wolkoff claims that Melania does not plan on putting herself in a position where she's going to be the object of conversation unnecessarily. Everything she does is intentional, Melania's distinctive gesture. It is not the main question where she is hiding. If or not she will stay depends on if Donald's luck keeps getting worse. When you marry for money, you keep every dime. Additionally, her pay cycle might be coming to a close.